That is so stupid. I finally figured out how to get it to work. Ah! Right. Turns out I was doing something very, very silly, and I didn't realize I had to push this go live button up here. Wonderful. Ah. So yeah, anyone who has been waiting for 10 minutes, I do apologize for that. Um, yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. And now I've opened up all of my Chrome windows, all 8 of them, with 3,000 billion tabs. So, yay. Let me quickly close all of this. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, that's all out of the way. Maybe I'll crop that out at some point. Top moment. What? What are you talking about, a top moment? Nothing's happened yet. Right, so people who are watching, welcome. And yeah. Right. Shall we play some games? 3 people are watching at the moment. I suppose one of those might be me. I'll close that. Or, I'll try to. There we go. Maybe then it'll change down to 2, and then it will be just 2 people watching. Incredible. But hey, first time it's only the 3rd time I've... Is it the 3rd? I'm not sure. But yeah, first time I'm actually scheduled a stream and actually started it, so... Right. I don't know what I fancy playing, really. But yeah, first time... Yep. You're gonna hear a slight bit of feedback there, because I wasn't exactly sure if my microphone was working. It's fine. It is working. It's picking everything up. So, right. What do I want to play? Well, I don't want to play F1 2020, even though I've got 195 hours on it. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong. I'm just not particularly great at it. Yeah. So, what do I want to play? What do I want to play? I mean, I've got a whole bunch of stuff, though some of it has not been, yeah, some of it is, not installed anymore, so to speak. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, I've deleted practically everything that is in the game folder, so it's really just an icon. It also keeps insisting I update the game, but I haven't updated it since the casino heist add-on thingy-majig that came along in 2019, I think it was. So yeah, that was a while ago. And World of Warship Sweater Tanks, they're just lifeless husks as well. I'm never playing them again, probably, more than likely, unless I don't know, lose a few brain cells and decide to try and play them again. But almost everything else is working, or just there for, uh, and it's really just there because I like having some stuff on the desktop, and I don't really use the desktop icons anyway. I'm gonna play trains if that's alright with you. I mean, there is a trains on the, what's it called? Oh, what do you call it? The preview. The thumbnail. So 2 people watching. Woo! I'm so popular. Like 2. That's like the entire population of the Earth, right? Right. So this game, it takes ages to start up. It always takes a while. I mean, on the stream I did the other day, it took about, oh, how long was it? About 7 minutes to load the scenario. I mean, it was an Armstrong Powerhouse scenario, so there is that. But yeah. Hopefully the feed will, OBS will switch the feed to what it's supposed to be on. Read any good books lately? I don't know. Because I'm gonna need to finish. Need to read a book or something whilst this loads. I'll probably finish it by the time it's done. And not just any book. I could read an entire encyclopedia. Take your time, Train Sim. I realise that most people would probably come into this live stream with a sort of plan of what they want to play. I don't really have a plan. Oh, there we go. Should be showing full screen now. Of course, I won't be able to respond to, oh, what's it called? To the chat immediately, if anyone does chat to me. Because I only have one monitor, so I can't put the chat on a different screen. Yeah, it's just how it is. It's how it is when you're poor like me. How do I have a computer? Because my mum paid for it, basically. Yeah. But didn't really have a choice. My laptop was pretty much on its last legs. I figured, why not upgrade? And so this thing, decent. Graphics cards, not so much. the GTX 1650 that I've put in this. It's only 4 months old. In fact, it's been in this computer since I think the 10th of September. And God, you should hear it right now. One of the fans is buggered. It pisses me off. I'm not even sure you'll be able to hear it, but it's really making quite a racket. Ooh, ooh, is that the racket I hear now? Yes, it is. I do still have my 1050 Ti. I'm gonna have to, at some point, pull the 1050 Ti out. No, put the 1050 Ti back in. Basically, so I can hopefully get this 1650 repaired. Because I'm not exactly confident on doing the repair myself. The sound will eventually go away. Hopefully. For all I know, this could be the last time it ever turns on, or whatever. I don't know. And yep, it's gone now. It just needs some movement. That's all. Ah, yes. I do love how long it takes to simply load a separate menu. Ah, right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to find the stream on the Steam browser, and why did I write Steam? Oh God, no! I don't want Steam. YouTube. Come on, load YouTube. Or not. I mean, it's not like I want to do something. Come on. Really? Come on. It's showing me this X. Aha. There we are. It's gonna be a brief bit of feedback. There we go. One person watching. Yikes. Oh well. I guess that means I can just do whatever the hell I like. I wonder what whoever else is watching, I wonder what they were gonna do. What they were wanting me to do. Come on, mouse. It's maybe the mouse's fault being a bloody twat. Right. We are going to... Hmm. 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 Let's go... Let's see over Shap. Because I looked at this one the other day. Class 86. Rail Express systems with a postal working. Now the 86 is quite challenging in its own way. Or we could go a bit more simple and take a class 350 in this, I don't know, sort of really quite garish Transpennine Express livery. Or the Pendolino, in all of its unoptimized glory. Oh, that's something I should actually do. Graphics, I mean, I love the graphics, right, but I'm gonna turn off the dynamic clouds because it makes things take a lot longer. Anti-aliasing, yeah, it's not like I really notice anything anyway. I've been so used to playing on old laptops that yeah, having nice quality is good, but not super bothered by it anymore. Well, I have noticed it more since I got a 1080p desktop, but yeah. That doesn't work anyway. And audio, we want this to be a bit quieter too, because it was really quite a racket when I played in the Class 50. Now that would take 80 minutes. This would take 65. This would take 70, so just over an hour, or almost half an hour. It's really tough to decide, because you don't really know what you want to drive. Well, at least I don't really know what I want to drive until I just decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to take out a Class 86 or something. I did say at the end of the last stream I could take a HST, Intercity 125, and there's a couple of really long ones on South Wales Coastal. Take the Flying Banana, Galloping Sausage, but let's see. Well, no one suggested anything, so we'll see. Okay, honestly, I'd like some feedback here. Do you want a long scenario, which is like 90 minutes, an hour and a half, or something shorter, like 30 minutes? Not that there's many of those 30 minutes ones, but there are some on North London Goblin. So diesel multiple unit. Or class 66, that's hauling some container wagons. So something fairly short, or something long, like the class 86 scenario. I'm all ears, so please do tell me. I mean, I know there's only one or possibly two people watching, but I mean, I would like some feedback, even if it's just to do what you want. Okay, well, maybe I'm just not being very patient, but do, 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 do. 355, 4. Could also do a 56. Don't do these very often. Okay, I'm gonna do the class 56 then. It's keep me occupied. And now we spend a billion years loading. So I'm just gonna wait in the meantime. It'll probably take at least 5 minutes. So I don't know, go make yourself a cup of tea or something if you feel like it. Oh, thank you, phone. Thank you for making something stop working, even though it's not supposed to stop working. If that makes sense. So whilst I moderate or reply to some comments and some older videos, I have one here for my history of the Need for Speed Most Wanted M3 GTR. There's someone saying, wasn't Darius's last name Mercer? Now, if I'm not mistaken, Darius didn't have a a last name. You're witnessing things. You witness things every day, technically. I mean, I witnessed the other day someone. Oh, what were they saying? I'm going to stay outside unless I get what is rightfully mine, or words to that effect. So, I don't know what the hell they were saying. Sounded an awful lot like something my stepfather would say. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly look up Darius. Darius, NFS Carbon, and he doesn't have a last name. His name is literally just Darius. There's nothing else there. Darius was never, never, never. I've put M again. Never given a last name. Dipshit. I haven't put that into the actual comment. It's fine. Darius has never given a last name. So yeah, there we go. Yeah. I do like to stir up some conversation occasionally, as long as the other person is on the other side of a long internet connection. Because I'm not particularly social, thanks to my Asperger's. I am really... Oh god, I'm like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. I don't really like being with other beings all that much. It's very awkward, I don't fit in. And I mean, right now I'm even having difficulties trying to get words out of my mouth. It's not often easy. I mean, I can run my mouth off when I'm alone, but as soon as I turn on the microphone, it's like stage fright almost. And I know what stage fright is because I've been on stage before, several times. Never in a singing role though. I hate singing, which is weird because once I tried to get into the X Factor. I mean, why the hell did I try that? I don't know. Sometimes I do strange things. Oh dear. Another comment on the M3 GTR Theories video. Someone talked to Microsoft about what the history of the M3. Says Microsoft? Why? They have nothing to do with Need for Speed. Oh, God. Hmm. They told me it was put in the junkyard. But Microsoft is nothing. Dude. Microsoft. Nothing to with NFS. EA isn't gonna know either. Well, actually, they won't really care. To them, it's just a car. It's EA is just a bunch of penny-pushing executives who don't care about the players. Ooh, God, when did I start loading this? I think this has taken even longer. Or has it? Oh, I don't know, it's been at least 5 minutes by now. Ah. Wouldn't be Train Simulator without loading forever. think we're on the last. Oh, are we? I don't know. I was about to say we're on the final stretch, but maybe not. Usually, when it's close to being fully loaded, the bottom bar will. The bottom bar will be moving a lot faster. My mouse is playing up as well. I just don't get what's going on with my computer this past 6 months or so. Like my mouse, sometimes it just decides to just stick in place, and so I'll be doing this, but it barely moves. It sort of does that, almost. Very confusing and annoying, because I've replaced the batteries, and it will still sort of freeze. So, I don't know what's going on. I even tried cleaning the sensor, the infrared thingy on the bottom, with a cotton wool bud. It hasn't done anything. So yeah, if the mouse suddenly dies, which would not be good, would not be great, because it's a wireless mouse. So if something inside it breaks, and I'll be mouseless for a few days whilst a new one comes in. Do you know how hard it is to operate a computer with just a keyboard? It's seriously something from the 70s that you had to do. Like, sure, the mouse wasn't invented in like the 70s or whenever, because all you had was a keyboard once. The mouse is relatively new as far as computers are concerned. But these days, it's unheard of to operate a computer entirely with just the keyboard. At least a home computer. I'm sure there's still some people out there who use computers like that. I just don't want to be one of them, is all. It's been 10 minutes, Train Simulator! It's never taken this long before. I think maybe it's because I'm streaming. I don't know. It just... Oh! Speak of the devil. We're missing some wagons. Oh well, I'll just... Right. Finally. Finally. Oh my... Breathe. Okay, we've paused the simulation. It doesn't appear everything's loaded incorrectly because I've paused it, which is silly. Oh. No. Right. Should be fairly straightforward. I'm not sure if people can hear me because that is very loud for me. But maybe it's not so loud for you, I don't know. I forgot they did that. They somehow get the AI trains to use their horns, which is very yeah, that's not exactly easy to do. $86210. It sounds fine to me. Right, Control T. Yes, tap changer audio is now active. Right. Aha! I remember. move. Scheduled to arrive at Preston at 7 in-game time. Quite slow in terms of frame rate. Didn't mean to put it all the way into off. Wait. Oh, we can just coast. Sure, I'm going to have to switch over to a different line at some point. I'm on the wrong side of the track. Yeah, I'm switching here. It's not showing. Oh, we've got a neutral section here. That would not be very good if you're a real train driver. You can't fail to notice the neutral section. Not supposed to, anyway. matter? I don't know. Right. Load stutter. Stop. Oh well. Can't really do anything about it. Very nice. Ah, yes. The infamous dirt bridge that flies. Unless this is because the scenery density is turned down, so the bridge itself has not been loaded in. Which is unfortunate. Alas, it will happen. I was not expecting the class 90. I guess that's why the frame rate went down just then. Oh, and we're approaching a neutral section. Oh. Now, is that class 90 meant to be running light or... I'm not sure. I'll look in a minute. Because I'm gonna speed, because I wasn't paying attention. I think that thing's supposed to be hauling something that I don't have. Now we've gone over the neutral section, so that means the all power has gone dead, and now we've hit the repowered part of the overhead line, and then we can start running up the power again. Station, I do believe. Yes, Penrith. this one is. Here's another Class 60. I pressed the wrong button. Ooh. ET6/6s hauling a freight train. Yeah, that's typically the only work you see an 86 doing these days. These are now largely relegated to freight duties. And they've been supplemented by Class 90s that came on from Greater Anglia. And those got replaced by Class 745s, which are hideous and I hate them. Get those Stadler farts off our rails. But that's just me. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who like them, even though they're strange. Oh, another neutral section. Good thing I let off the power there then. Yeah, game volume. I did try to turn it down. Unfortunately, options. Yeah. This is the only options you get. It's ridiculous. It's yeah. Not great, is it? You'd think that a game would include the option to lower the volume during your play session. But no, not Railworks, not Train Simulator. Why would you want to turn the volume down in the middle of your game? There is a way to do that. Well, there is a way to turn the volume down even. But that's by saving it where we are, and then leaving, and then turning the volume down a bit more, and then, yeah, I wonder, hang on. Let me save it, and then maybe OBS can do it. Though what I'm about to do could crash the game. I'm going to Alt-Tab. And then maybe turn the desktop audio down. And hopefully... Ah! Right. I'm going to run it for a few seconds. And then I'm going to pause it and then you tell me how it sounds. Bearing in mind I think there's a 30-second delay. So we're running up the audio, the train again. And I did intend to say that heading towards 80. Oh, and it's starting to rain as well. So right. Oh my god. Is that better? It sounds better to me. Okay, I could lower it again. Oh, it's quite the rainstorm. Full power to the windscreen wipers. Oh, wow. Another Armstrong Powerhouse enhancements pack. The weather. It's incredible, but there's too much rain falling on the screen, if you ask me. Right. Woohoo! We're good. Right. We can continue. I'll keep that in mind, so I'll run at this sort of level from now on. And hopefully we'll be good. So you may notice the frame rate occasionally goes down. That is load stutter, where assets like bushes and trees and buildings far in the distance load in, and they start off as untextured blobs. See, it's happening right now. And then we go back up to a much more better 30 FPS. Oh, and it's going down again. Ugh. It's not great. But there's no other way around it. It happens. Where are we now? We are... Harrison's... Have we just gone up? I don't think we're at Shap yet. Hardendale, so I don't think we're anywhere near Shap. What's it gonna tell me at CE143? Due to a fault, the signal head is displaying incorrect aspect. Please treat it as green. Is it going to be yellow? It is showing a double yellow. And the next one's going to be a single yellow, isn't it? So the next one is going to be red. Now, because it's red, that means we're going to have to contact the signalman, so to speak. Press tab to obtain permission to pass it as danger. So I like to get a bit closer to it to make sure that it doesn't time out, because sometimes it will time out before you hit it. Right. Approved, and now we can go straight through. and it won't count as signal past a danger. Normally, if you didn't have permission, you would get the TPWS, but I'm not sure this has TPWS. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see what happened. I accidentally went to off. Well, we can just coast for a little while. At this rate, we're going to reach Preston on time anyway. Look at that! Less than an hour. Glorious amperage. So you play with you play Train Simulator as well, then, by the sounds of things. In fact, may you have possibly been a driver of the Class 86? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. Possibly, possibly not. Maybe I'm reading too much into things. Rain's letting up. There's a whistle board. Yes, I think cars were one of the first loves of my life too. I mean, not even Thomas the Tank Engine came before cars. So it was several years until they made a movie about cars. There's another neutral section coming up, so we're going to briefly lose power whilst the system crosses over. So we'll have to run down before that. Oh, there it is. Typically, the black neutral section board means that the neutral section is a mile ahead. So either we went through a mile that quickly, or I don't know, the distance can differ. I've never actually seen Grand Prix or Ford versus Ferrari. Um, I've seen Herbie. um, yeah, I didn't get to watch many of the car movies. I did watch Rush though. That's a good movie. Grey Rig. Not entirely sure where exactly. Yes. In fact, I think it may well have been around here. Of course, you have likely no idea what I'm referring to. Unfortunately, Grey Rig was the site of a fatal derailment that happened 13 years ago. Can't remember the exact cause of it, but it's so far the only Class 390 Pendolino unit that has ever been scrapped. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that James Hunt died when he did, but I guess that's what happens when you eat and no, not eat, when you drink and smoke like he did. It's one of many reasons why I never do it, because I don't want to die early. I mean, the Pendolino got scrapped because it crashed. It was destroyed. That's what the Grey Rig derailment was. You should see the pictures. In fact, I'll show you one. I'll look up Grey Rig derailment. Yeah, you see that? You can't bring that back. Fortunately, only one person died. Defective points. So the train went over the points and it got derailed. Kind of like Potter's Bar, actually. So yeah, that's why the Pendolino got scrapped. Uruguay? Are you from Uruguay then? I don't know. Oh my god, I don't know what they would be called. Something like that, I suppose, maybe. Never been to Uruguay. Normally something only ever gets scrapped if it's broken or just really old. Like that's what's happening to the 315s. Like they're being scrapped. I don't know what to say. Oh well. People from as far as Uruguay watch me. From all over the world. Not in person, I've seen pictures of them. And I imagine they're all in service now. Every single 332 is being scrapped. Which is a shame. But I think I said that to you in a comment before, didn't I? Yeah, they look in good nick, but unfortunately, underneath they're all a bit not in great mechanical shape. So sadness. I never got to ride one. .7 miles ahead. Speed restriction goes up to 90 miles an hour, which isn't much faster than the 85 we're doing at the moment. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, technically speaking though, that thing was actually a lot newer than mildly old, but I don't know what mildly old means. It could mean 2012, could mean 2015. Oh, yellow signal. So the next signal we have to be going around 60. And it is a single yellow. So what's going on? Is there a train on the platform ahead? There is a train going from Oxenholm. C-18s. I'm guessing that's a Uruguayan designation. Because I don't know what a C-18 is. So slowing down in preparation for a potential red signal. And it is showing a bar on the approach. So we get ready to slow to reach a full stop. And danger is denied. And it's just gone to double yellow. Which is strange, because normally it would go to a single yellow, but... So I'll only go up to 60, because the next one should be a single yellow. Apparently the signal is a shunting signal. That only tells me it's clear. I need to see the next signal to really know. And it is a single yellow, as I expected. We'll just coast, actually. Swedish. I may have heard of that, actually. Swedish trains. Oh, whoops. Oh well. Swedish trains to Uruguay. Is it this thing? I don't know. Maybe it's these things. I don't know. Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Y1s. Okay, fair enough. I mean, they're not exactly mildly old. They were built in the 70s and 80s, so... Fair enough. Here's the neutral section. Next signal is yellow, so I'll go back up a little bit. Windermere to Manchester Airport. It's gone up to double yellow even. So we won't get a chance to potentially pass them until Lancaster. Yeah, I mean, I suppose any train from can be refurbished and made to look nice. I mean, the 315s over here in the UK, those were built in the 80s as well, but they have been refurbished, or were refurbished at least, and they look quite decent now. 315. Oh. So that's sort of what the interior of a 315 looks like now, sort of. Maybe a few years out of date, but considering this train was introduced in 82, yeah, still looks okay. Of course, they're being withdrawn now because their spares are running out. Very old trains. Well, trains as old as these are considered very old. In fact, the oldest trains on the UK's rail network were only withdrawn 2 days ago. 1938 tube trains converted to run on third rail. So these trains are about 80 years old, and they were running on the Isle of Wight, and they're finally being replaced by converted D-stock trains from the underground as well. So as long as it's working, I suppose it's useful. Yeah, I like learning new things too. It's a bit of a knowledge. I was about to say a word that YouTube doesn't like. Um, I like knowledge. I like to learn new things. Once upon a time, I didn't really give a toss about trains, but then one day I rode the tube stock, the trains that are on the Jubilee line here in London, and those have this really strange motor noise. But from that stemmed this whole entire interest. 2 years later, I owned Train Simulator, and now here I am. I've got about 450 hours on it by now. So you'll notice I'm not actually hitting green signals, they're always double yellow. This is what is known by train drivers in the UK as chasing the yellows. So basically you're going fast enough to stay up with the train ahead, but slow enough that you're not hitting the red signals. And there's a yellow signal, that's single yellow at the moment. Okay. Left off the power a bit prematurely there, but I was sure that the signal wasn't going to change. We've probably caught up a little bit to the train ahead, so that or these two signals are a bit closer together. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. So, in the case of the train ahead, it's a two-carriage Class 156 diesel multiple unit with a top speed of 75 miles an hour. And since the speed limit along this stretch has been essentially at least 80 miles an hour, it's been travelling at top speed more or less this entire time, whilst I can go at up to 100 miles an hour. Especially because the coaches are rated for that too. I just realised I have train brake on. That's why I've not been... Oh dear. Not the train brake, the loco brake. So I've been running with the brakes slightly applied, and that is a big no-no. Oh dear. Yeah, I applied those when we were going downhill at some point, and I forgot to unapply them. Fortunately, this is only a virtual train, so I won't have any angry engineers yelling at me because why have the brakes melted? I think the way brakes on trains work is... I think some trains have disc brakes and tread pads, or whatever they're called. So not only... Oh. So I think sometimes the brakes are also pressing against the tread of the wheel where it makes contact with the rail. And others simply just push against the side of the wheel, I should imagine. basically one great big disc brake. I'm not entirely sure more though, so don't quote me on that. There's one of those mouse issues again. Look how the cursor's moving. I'm moving the mouse around like mad, and it's doing this. It's just jumping all over the place. Whereas if I stop moving, suddenly it's fine. What the hell is wrong with this mouse? Ah! Maybe I got to uninstall the driver and plug it back in, I don't know. Oh, clouds are getting dark again. It might be about to rain again. And there's another neutral section ahead. Yes. Oh, and there's the rain. I saw that red signal, and for a minute I thought it was for me, but actually it's not. It's over there. Oh, here's the neutral section again. Fortunately, didn't have a lot of power applied, so I'll be able to reapply it momentarily. Yes, indeed, only in Britain. I mean, that's what happens when we're in the middle of 5 different weather systems. It rains a lot and it doesn't snow a lot. And the summers can be sweltering. That's looking like a single yellow again. Class 90 approaching. This time it's looking like we are going to have a red signal, as the train ahead is probably pulling into a bay platform. Though normally Yeah, so he's not pulled into the bay. We don't have right of way. Which is unfortunate. Bit too fast, bit too fast. Nope, I'm not gonna make it. Oh. That's almost a spad. I'm gonna have to reverse to make sure. Oh dear. Spad. Signal passed at danger. Ooh, I've gone the wrong way. No! I pressed the reverse the wrong way because I'm so used to going forward. If I reverse, the signal will revert to the proper state. And there we go. So it is a yellow now. Oh, that is annoying. I've never done that before. Well, I have done it before, but very, 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 very silly. Oh, and I think we've got wheel spin as well. Yay! Almost spot on. Went a bit too far. Ah, wheel slip protection's going off. No, that's too much. Too much power has been taken off. Well, at least we have a green signal, and we're still going to arrive at Preston on well before time. Yeah, wheel slip protection. And we're going uphill too, so that's not going to help. Yeah, SPAD, signal past at danger, is a very bad thing to do. Because that red signal, the danger, that means the section ahead is almost certainly not clear, blocked by another train, and if you pass it at the wrong speed, you're going to have a big crash. What does that say? Poor adhesion site, yes. Yes, I figured that out. We've caught back up to the yellows already. So it's, as you said, that guy's been going Tyler 1 whilst we're sort of just crawling along. There are no railway police. They don't chase after you in other trains for speeding. You don't get tickets. You get reprimands and you might lose your job. Though there was actually, British Rail did make an advert some time ago, way back in the 80s, in City 125 ad. Oh no, I don't want to go to Facebook for it. Right, just look at this, man.
When was the last time you made a long business trip and your train had to stop for breakfast? Stop for you to do some work? Or stop to spend a penny? When did you last see a train with a puncture? Or a train get nicked for speeding? And who's ever heard of a train jam? See your dealer about an Intercity 125. Much quicker, we think, than your 1.6, your 2.3, or 2.
It was a different time. But yeah, you don't get tickets on the railway unless you're buying a ticket to travel on the train. There's 5 carriages and all parcels. You have to link me that, though I may not understand it if it's is it Spanish? You speak there? Spanish or Portuguese? I don't really know a lot of words in other languages. Cool. As I said, you'll have to link it to me. Otherwise I won't understand. I mean, not the comment, the video. I mean, yeah, just drop it in the chat. It should be able to be posted. I mean, it's a YouTube link after all, so it should be fine. And I'll try and watch it later. Another neutral section ahead. I guess that means just let off the power now. And just coast through it. Oh, it's a green signal. We've fallen a bit far back, apparently. It's called the neutral section because the overhead lines, they don't always run on the same frequency or something. So essentially what the neutral section is, it's a crossover for where the different power systems meet. In fact, let me briefly check that. Neutral section. Uh, um. Oh my god. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. Yeah, basically, as I understand it, it's two different power supplies, and there's got to be a little bit of wire that isn't powered. Because the train will lose all power when it passes through the net neutral section, regardless of how much throttle you've got. Yeah, it probably hit it for spam or something. If you use the link shortener, the use the share button and the u2.be link, that might work. Though I see you have posted it there, so you don't need to anymore, but in future you can press the share button and it will bring up this sort of link, and that should be fine. There was a yellow light and the AWS didn't go off. Strange. Oh, that's a double yellow. Oops. And Preston is actually here. So we're getting closer to Preston now, so this journey is almost over. Four miles. Ah, the rheostatic brake doesn't get applied at that speed, does it? Okay. It's only at lower speeds. Phase brake, neutral section. Whatever it is. It does the same thing. and rain again. Only in England could you get rained upon in one train journey. Wait, 3 times in one train journey. That's what I meant to say. Now we had a diverter on top of that signal, so that means the next signal is not going to be red. Well, typically it means it won't be red, but sometimes you are meant to treat it as if the next signal will be red anyway. So, oh, I was speeding. Not by much though, so. Pulling into the parcels platform. Where this journey will end. We are very early indeed. It's almost like they don't expect you to go at full speed. Wait a second. This signal is floating! Evidently the pole it stands on has refused to has just failed to load. Oh dear. Right. Well, that's the end of that scenario. So it was meant to take 80 minutes. It took probably closer to 90, thanks to the breaks I took, and ooh, yeah, the fact that it took about 10 minutes to load. Yeah, we can continue doing Train Simulator, or we can do something else. I'm not planning to stop the stream anytime soon, for at least another 50 minutes at least. So I can play something else if you guys feel like it, but I think I need to take a quick break at first anyway. So yeah, leave any suggestions in the chat, and I'll be right back. And I am back. Right. So, Class 68's livery in Scotland. Yeah, I've kind of, the Class 68 has grown on me. Like, the livery can really make or break a train. Like, there's some great looking trains that we have on our rails, but they're just spoiled by awful liveries. Like, oh god, come on. Oh dear. I could show something, maybe. If it decides to load everything. The game could potentially crash for all I know. It does that sometimes. Um, yeah, where was the 68? Oh dear. Ooh. Oh yeah, you see, 801 looks fine with the standard LNER, but you get rid of that yellow, and suddenly you can't see it, and you're gonna get killed by it. So, where's the 68? Yeah, that. Sure, it's a brighter colour, but I'm not exactly a fan of the Trends Pennine Express livery. And uh, I just why? Why do you have to ruin such a decent looking train with that? You're gonna get killed by it one day. Step onto the rails, get hit by it, and if you don't get killed, they say, "Why did you step onto the rails?" I didn't see it, officer. But it has great big, bloody great headlights on it. Yeah, I still didn't see it. That's just me. Unfortunately, some people out there are do not follow my way of thinking and get quite offended over my opinion. Alas. Yeah, I've got a lot of trains, don't I? To the guy who wanted to see my collection. This is almost all of it. I don't have the Dutch trains I have installed because I don't have a Dutch route. There are no Dutch routes. And the one or two that do exist need a billion pieces of freeware that I can't be bothered to wait the time to download. Yeah. As you can see, almost all of these trains are British. I do have other routes that I've uninstalled because I just simply wasn't using them, like the Norfolk and Southern Coal, or was it? Not sure what it was called. But the great big black American locomotives, Norfolk and Southern. Message retracted. How do you retract a message? I don't know. Oh well, don't know what it said, so best not to dwell on it. And thus he dwelled on it for the rest of his life. Got a fair few routes as well. Like I said, most of the American ones have been uninstalled because I just don't really play a lot of American locomotives, or trains, or whatever. I've kept a few installed for nostalgia's sake, though. Um, was it called? Yeah, Pacific Surfliner. I like that one. Utanuka Choo Choo. That's in South Africa. That's kind of funny actually, because the train that comes with that, the South African Railways Class 24, it's a steam engine, but it's not being programmed like all the other steam engines. It functions the more like a normal train. So you push the reversers all the way forward, and then you full throttle, and it just keeps climbing speed. I think I got it to 120 miles an hour before it derailed. It's just, yeah. Oh well. Oh, Sherman Hill. That one I have. So the big boy fits somewhere. And yeah, that's all the routes. So yeah, any preferences? More Train Simulator, or should I do something else? I have Jurassic World Evolution that I've been playing the hell out of. I've got F1 2020. I've got various Need for Speed games. I'm not planning to stop streaming for now. I think 10 o'clock is when I would ideally want to stop streaming, so yeah, the Tube and DLR, uh, because they're not mainline, they don't belong. They the yellow doesn't really belong on them because they're not mainline. Like there are some yellow trains on these routes. The London Underground has the battery locos. The bad and the good. There are some Japanese rail lines. I think there's only two though, and one of them is fictional. So there's that. There's also some Chinese high-speed routes. Those are mainly done by Just Trains. Uh, yeah, because Dovetail removed Arriva trains and Virgin trains because yeah, because the franchises went defunct. So the licenses were um with those operators, presumably until the operator was replaced. So what can you do? And I've not personally been on the Crossrail 345s because they're ugly as sin, but I've not really needed to go on that route. I only really, every time I travel through London, it's really just going north to south, whereas the current Crossrail is more or less um, east to west sort of thing. Did what game? Initial. Oh. I had a sort of I once thought of something a bit like that. This, I think, like when I was really into the London Underground, I imagined a fun game about the London Underground. Sort of, kind of. Oh god. Um, I don't know, doing a sort of stunt builder thing on the London Underground. It makes no sense at all. I have various ideas that make no sense. Yeah. Yeah, you see, the 360s were made to haul passengers. The 345s were made to just be commuter trains. So, like, you just get on board and potentially get off at the next stop. Massive meme. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we're having various conversations at the same time, as such, because I have a delay on this stream. I don't know what sort of delay it is. I think it's about 30 seconds. Deja vu, I've been to this place before, higher on the street, or something like that. Right, I'm gonna get this horrid thing out of my sight. There we go. Ah, much. And hmm. Oh, we can do multi-track drifting on this game actually, but only with the manual points. So I'll close up my go-to intercity main line, Little City, and then we shall get something, when it decides to load the trains. There we go. Which one would be best for it? I know. 158/159. Uh, it doesn't matter. We'll just take Southwest train delivery. And then we can do this track is unfortunately completely straight, but at least I am able to do the multi-track thing on here. Now watch as it takes a billion years to load the simplest map ever. Oh, no, it's almost done. It's almost ready. Almost. Here we are. No, is it J? No, wait, what? Oh, it's just straight H, okay. Right. I just need to find the point that will allow me to do this. Oh, they're more than a mile away. Help me. They're just there. Train, go faster. Yes, it's a very, 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 very simple route. 2000. It'll do. Right, that should work. Now bear with. This will only take a moment. I mean, I could do the drifting on this track, but then it would cause an accident. Here we are. Now I need to keep a mindful eye. It's not an exact science, but if you do it too late, then things will go wrong. My favourite DMU. Yeah, I'd say the 158 is my favourite DMU. But the 195s don't look too bad. But I've never been on one. Right, here we go, here we go. Ah, it didn't work. Damn it. And there's no way to get back on to the other side, so I've got to restart this. Bloody hell. It took all that time just for it to fail. Ah. Ah. Oh well. Yeah, 175s. Oh god. Not even 20, I think. But TFW is already gonna replace them with those horrid looking 196s or something. Like, seriously, those are some of the concept art I've seen for the 196 is just one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. You can still have a decent looking train that's got an inter-unit gangway like this, right? This looks decent, you'd say, but the 196, it's awful. Like, ah! Wait, that's wrong. It's 197, isn't it? Sorry, 197. It's essentially the same. Look at it. It's hideous. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be here. Right. I'm gonna still try to do this track drifting again. Shit, wait, which way did it go? I've forgotten. Make a delightful noise. Yes, pull into 2 different platforms at once. Okay, it's in the right orientation. Come on, come on, come on. Mouse! Why are you doing it now? Stop! No! Yes! Yes! I didn't even intend for this to happen. But the mouse breaking, the mouse being a bad Mouse has made it. It's made it even better, man. Oh, oh yes. Oh yes. Deja vu! I've been to this place before, higher in the street. Oh yes! Oh, I missed an opportunity to make it better. To fix it. Oh well. And then I'm going to show you what happens when you change the points ahead when you're already on both of the tracks and you try to stretch the front bogey away from the others. It's even better for the passenger view. You can actually see the end of the tunnel. Oh yeah, the Pendolinos are also only less than 20 years old, so they won't be replaced for another 15 years at least. But then again, the Class 332s are only 20 years old, 22 years old, and those have already been sent to the scrap. Don't try this at home, kids! Oh my god! I did not. Oh god. uh, god, I don't know how to laugh anymore. God, I'm not. uh, it's just the best fucking thing ever. Oh, if only YouTube had clips. Oh man. Oh, that's. I am the best at scissoring. Wait, don't you mean I know what I said? Hello, Call of Duty Ghost 786. Oh man. Oh, that I think it says something in the game that's like that. Let me think. I'm not sure. There might be something in the game that is like that. That I may not actually have it. It could be a TGV. The TGVs, I would imagine, would not handle such a thing as well because they only have one bogey, and the Stadler things. I refuse to call them flirts because that makes them sound mildly attractive. The Stadler farts. It sounds like fart, but really it's actually just the German word for go, which is FAHRT. So fart. That means you can get away with calling them a bad name, whilst also saying it actually means for something. um, I don't have a TGV thingy. Uh, I don't think I have anything that would work. Hmm. I mean, I'm checking right now, but I don't think I do. Oh, it's clicked twice. Oh, doesn't matter. Um, yeah, I don't have anything that has the same sort of a bow. Oh, what's it called? The sort of bow system that TGVs, Eurostars, and the Stadler things have. I do watch Yari actually. He's 701. Yes, they're hideous. I mean, they look okay-ish, but I'm not really a fan of all of the adventures. 710 is mildly acceptable. 701 is also mildly acceptable, but slightly less. Asphalt 8. You know, that's... never mind. Oh well. Right. Shall we do something else? I'm, as I said earlier, I'm up for anything. I can do more Train Simulator, or I can play something else if you feel like it. Like, I don't mind, unless it's a game I absolutely hate. But then again, if it's a game I absolutely hate, then I won't have it. Ah, yes, absolutely. I mean, that's what I named my blah when I created my channel back in 2008. I was really into Need for Speed, and because I recently got Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one, and I named my channel after the M3 GTR. BMW M3 GTR lover. I had that name for 8 years. Just beat heat. Oof. Um, Big boy on the Southwestern Main Line. What, the PDL or oh, Southampton to Bournemouth? I'm assuming you mean Southampton to Bournemouth, because if it was PDL, then big boy. Oh boy, big boy. I mean, I'm not the greatest fan of steam locomotives. I mean, I prefer diesels and electrics, but the big boy, you got to love it. I mean, American engines aren't elegant, but you've never seen anything so brutish as a big boy. Oh. And they actually, Union Pacific actually did restore one recently to running condition. I say recently, last year. Not last year, 2019. God. Um, yeah, X4014, recently restored, runs. It's amazing. Where'd it go? I've missed it. I went past it. Oh, the South Wales main line. What? Oh. South Wales main line is also basically South Wales coastal. They're the same thing. Like Swansea to Bristol Temple Meads. Same thing. Because I got South Wales Coastal just before it was pulled off of sale, and I've recently got the South Wales main line for free. So it's basically the same thing. One's just branded, the other's not. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that. Now, where should I start it? Ooh. 378. 378? Oh, the capital star. Uh, I would, but it's not particularly fast. And no, the London DLR is not on Train Simulator. Just Trains has the Metropolitan line on the London Underground, and they also did the Frankfurt U-Bahn, and that's about it. The DLR is not a thing, and the DLR wouldn't even really be done because it's mostly automatic. So, in fact, it is, I think, almost entirely automatic operation. So you can't drive the trains there, I don't think. I wonder, Cardiff Queen Street and Cardiff Bay, and then a whole bunch of box cars or something. The train would probably not even fit in the platform. Oh god, that would not work, would it? It would be such a long train. It would probably the big boy would be at Cardiff Bay, and the rest of the train would probably stretch past Queen Street. Yeah, 376 is kind of just a 378. I mean, I'll try and get this to work. We'll see. It might not work though, because it's a very long trip. Oh, and the game might crash actually because I haven't cleared the cache. So if it crashes, oh, shit happens. Right now it's just starting to load the new route. It should be fine, I think. It should be able to load the second route. If not, though, we'll see. We'll find out very relatively soon. It might take another 10 minutes to load as well. Because it's a new route. I can't look at the chat right now because I don't know if you can see down here. Probably not, but I've got the Nvidia. Oh, there we go. But yeah, when the game is sort of frozen like that, I can't look at the chat. Unreliable. Well, doesn't the 376 sound exactly the same as all the other Electrostars? Because it is an Electrostar. So they all have the same motors. So it should sound more or less the same. I don't know. It should sound the same. I've never been on one. I've never needed to. Hmm. It sounds like an electric star to me, mate. I mean, they all sound very much the same to me, so I'm not really typically um plussed about it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh, it's frozen again because it's still loading. So give it a minute. Oh, and the scenario is about to load as well. We'll see if where the train fits. If it fits, it may start immediately crashing and burning or something. I don't know. It's the same. It's literally the same. Don't know where it got to. Okay, maybe there's a very slight difference, but it makes no real difference to me. Ah! Look at it! We're almost at Cardiff Bay. Oh, oh, oh! I can't even. Oh, because I'm. Meow. Look at this. It recognised that the train wouldn't fit back here because it's not being simulated past this point. So instead, it decided to put the end of the train in the platform and put the front of the train everywhere else. And as such, we're less than half a mile away from the end of the line. Right. Oh, that's not the go button. Woohoo! A caboose! That's what it's called. They don't call it a brake van there, it's a caboose. Shall we just plough straight into the buffers? I'm gonna do that. Let's go straight into the buffers. Kids, the train's here! Woo, yay! It's not stopping! It just falls over. Through the wall. Yep. That's the car done. It is. Ooh. Oh, it's an accordion. Not so badly because it was only travelling at 26 miles an hour, but it's enough. Oh, there's a lot of energy in these trains. I sense someone doesn't like Cardiff Bay. Cardiff Bay Station sucks. Ah! Wait, what? The number on the front was... Hang on, what? The number on the front was... I could swear it had two different numbers on the front. Oh my god, it's got different numbers. I could swear it was X4018, but it's also X4022, and the bogey is not the same. So that's from 4014. A shout out. Um, Burnsy Rail. Thanks, Burnsy Rail, for suggesting this hilarious scenario. Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. I've never done a shout out before, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and Vejwan Ahmed is here. You know, the guy who stole my video and thought he could get away with it. At least I'm pretty sure it's the guy. Maybe I'm misremembering, because I can do that sometimes, but I'm pretty sure the guy who saw my video was Vejwan Ahmed. But moving away from the negativity, yes, thank you to Burnsy Rail for the hilarious scenario. I was soiling my pants with laughter for about 30 seconds. Because that's how long the scenario was. Oh, where's the mouse gone? I've lost the mouse! It's here. But it's not showing here. Oh, has the game frozen? Oh, 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 I think the game's had it. I can't see the mouse anywhere. No. Oh, it's fine. It's not responding. It's just... Oh, there we go. Yay. Oh, there we go. The game has crashed, hasn't it? There we go. Fortunately, I still have a web browser going in the background. Ooh, it's just not been updated. There we go. Oof. Been going for a little while now. 2 hours 50 minutes. And everything is updating very slowly. Yeah. Yes. Nice person. Why do you want to shout out? Because you deigned me with your presence on my video. Yes. I'm so important I deserve to be shouted out. Wait, am I being offensive there? I'm not sure. If I am, I apologise. So that was not what I was intending. Yeah. Well, I've been going for 2 hours 50 minutes, and I mean we can still continue and do something else maybe. I don't mind. This isn't updating. Hang on, where do I? Eh, eh. Show me the rest of it. It'd be in live, wouldn't it? That's live right now. You on YouTube, so I can see if the stream chat is actually. Ah, because you pestered me about why the 376 sucks. Why? Because it sounds a little different. And Big Boy was framed, was it? Everyone thought it was the Big Boy's fault, but actually, it was mine. Right, well, I don't know. I'm still happy to keep going. Like, if you guys want to keep watching, that's fine by me. I mean, Train Simulator will take forever to load again, because that's just the way Train Simulator is. It looks like Inferno has stopped watching, which I suppose is a shame. Maybe, I don't know. If Inferno's still here, then oh god, it's doing that again. But yes, okay. So you guys are happy for a bit more train sim then? Is that what I'm to infer? Whatever I want. Ah, oh dear. Oh dear. What do I want? Well, I'll just start Train Simulator again. I'm happy with that. I'll have to clear the cache first, though. So I effectively had to start it twice. In fact, that's exactly what clearing the cache is. You have to restart the game immediately afterwards, otherwise it won't clear it. Apparently there is a way to increase the size of the cache, I think. I'm not entirely sure. You'd think it hadn't loaded the cache. Oh God, you're gonna take ages again, aren't you? Oh no, as I say it, it does it. It starts. Okay. So I'm gonna need to have to bring up the stream again on the Steam browser. Tools, clear cache. Start now? No, because then you'll just start the 32-bit version of the game.